Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about my plans for upgrading my gear because as we all know the Falz Dallion is coming out in a couple of weeks, and on top of that we also know that we have the augment transfer system which is also going to be implemented into the game in a couple of months. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So right off the bat, the very first thing I want to go over is of course the keyword. The keyword is spring_chicken. It's been a very long time since we had the keyword, but as we can see over here, we go to systems, get campaign items, receive item account, and right here, Phantasy Star House Party, we actually get 2 Rappy shaped fritters, 50 star gems, as well as a weapon camo, so make sure to pick that up. Now with that out of the way, the next thing I want to go over is of course my stats over here. So as you can see over here, I do have a 176.6% potency now, or melee potency. However, in order to increase my melee potency over here at a reasonable cost, I did have to sacrifice some damage adjustment. Now as you guys know, normally I am a huge advocate for normal balanced armors. So personally, I do not like having any negative stats over here. But as you can see over here, I do have minus 50% for all of these elements except for the freeze because I do have some add-on skills. But nevertheless, this is because I have switched out one of my armor pieces. I used to rock 3 pieces of the Octo Armor Argas over here, which all gave me 28.7% melee potency, 105 HP, and 21 PP. These armors are super good, super balanced. You know, there are no negatives over here. However, you know, some of these augments have been outdated now. So for example, the Lux Hal Finale is obviously the upgraded version of Hal Finale. We have the Glad Gigas Mass State, which is better than the regular Gigas Mass State. So these 2 augments could definitely be upgraded to increase my potency further. And of course the Guard Trippable, you know, we could replace this with like a Trial capsule or something in order to get even more stats. So, you know, the Octo Armor Argas are starting to show its age because I haven't upgraded these armors in quite some time. However, I did switch one piece of armor over here to updated augments. So as we can see here, the Lux Hal Finale, the Glad Gigas Mass State, we've got an XD capsule as well as Gladius Soul S. Now over here, we did have to use 2 Trial capsules in order to keep the cost at a reasonable price because I didn't want to break the bank. So this is why we do have some negative stats. However, as we can see right here, it's 34.1% all potency, 70 HP, as well as 13 PP. So we do sacrifice a little bit of HP as well as a little bit of the photon points, but we do gain a massive amount of potency. Now the reason why I'm able to sacrifice floor potency for just regular potency is because my Fixa Fatale level 4 on my katana. I did manage to get it to Fixa Fatale 4. I don't know if I'll go for Fixa 5, maybe I'll try if I do get the chance, but nevertheless this gives me 21% crit rate just from the weapon alone. So this is incredibly powerful, and this is why I'm able to sacrifice floor potency for just regular potency since I do crit fairly often. So now that I've covered all of my current gear, what is my plan for my future gear? Right now, I don't think I'm going to be upgrading any of my armors or my weapons right now. The only thing that I might upgrade is that Fixa on the weapon. You know, I might go for Fixa Fatale 5 instead of the current Fixa Fatale 4 if I do get the chance. However, you know, I am going to be farming for the 11-star weapon, so I might not want to waste any resources on that because, well, the moment I get the 11-star weapon, well, my 10-star weapon becomes outdated. However, the thing that I am saving up on are going to be augments. I'm literally farming all the different augments that I need in order to max out my new armor. So, you know, there's no new armor out in the game yet. However, I am fairly confident that either in May or June, we will get new armors that is going to be significantly better than the current Elena armors, and that is what I'm waiting for. Now, something else that I've also realized, I'll be honest, doing an interesting dance, is I don't think I will go for the Arga Beltas or Sheza armors anymore in the future, and I think I'm just gonna stick with the regular armor because I've realized how important all potency is, especially for a player that wants to learn and wants to branch out to other classes. The thing about my Octo Armor Argas was it really limited me to playing melee classes as well as range classes. So when I wanted to play a technique class, so as many of you guys know, I have been learning the Force, it was very annoying because basically my Octo Armor Argas just didn't give me the same amount of potency as all of my other armors. Sure, it might not look like much, it's like, oh, that's only 5%, but we're talking about 5% for 3 pieces of gear. And as we all know, potency is multiplicative, so even though you might think, oh, that's only 15%, it's actually a lot more than 15%, which is a little bit unfortunate. So for my next big upgrade for armors, I will be going for armor for all potency, and I will be heavily investing into it with a lot more expensive augments that give me all potency, because I understand the value of having that. As for the weapons, it's not as necessary, simply because weapons, you know, like let's say you use a katana, it's gonna use melee potency, and if you use a different weapon, it's gonna use a different type of potency, so forth and so on. And so with weapons themselves, I don't think it's as important to build it with all potency. It's okay if you just want to save a little bit of money and just specialize in one type of potency or maybe two type of potencies, and you'll save yourself a lot of meseta. However, with armors, I don't think you should take that shortcut, especially if you play other classes. But if you are like a Braver main only, and you only use Braver and you only use katana or bow, it doesn't matter, because remember, Braver has that special skill in their skill tree that converts their potency to range potency or melee potency for Braver weapons only though. So if you are the type of player that only plays one specific class and one specific weapon type, then it's going to be super easy. You can stick with the Argabelta and just, you know, save a lot of money and just hyper focus on one particular potency, and it will be significantly cheaper for you that way. But that's pretty much the plan. I'm just gonna be waiting for the next big armor to come out that is gonna top the Elena armors. It's probably gonna be a 10-star armor, and when that comes out, I'm gonna hyper invest into it. But for now, I'm just gonna be sticking with what I have right now, and I'm fairly confident with my current stats that I will be able to clear Dark Falz Dallion. And so literally, I'm just gonna be using whatever I have right now. I'm just gonna be farming Dark Falz Dallion all day, every day when that releases, and hope that I get the 11-star weapon, then do a massive upgrade on that. As for the 11-star weapon, yeah, I will probably hyper invest into it when I do get it, because why the heck not? And I do have all the augments and a bunch of resources saved up anyway, so that is pretty much the plan. And then eventually, when we do get our 12-star weapon, then I'll have the augment transfer passes to transfer all these augments that I hyper invested into the 11-star weapon and transfer that over to the 12-star weapon. That is pretty much what I'm going to be doing. And maybe, just maybe in the future, we'll get the Fixa transfer system. I don't know if that's actually going to happen in the future, but it would be really nice if I could also transfer my Fixas. So, you know, let's say that I hyper invest and finally get a Fixa Fatale level 5 on my Rayar weapon, and we can transfer that over to our 11-star weapon, or we can transfer that over to our 12-star weapon. That would be really, really nice to see, but I don't know if Sega would be that generous.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!